Time for the first boss level from the new map set for Spear Resurrection SDL. And it's level 5, it's super clone, same as the original Spear Resurrection. The storyline for the SDL version wasn't changed, only the maps were changed. And so basically I had to keep the same theme throughout, because in other words level 5 had to be the super clone boss level, level 10 Hiroshima Hyoto boss level, and so on. And so yeah, not much has really changed, or nothing's really changed as far as the storyline is concerned. Of course the levels have changed, and I had a bit of a chuckle today. I saw a mention on the web that someone thought I rushed these levels and just slapped them together. That wasn't the case. I did spend quite a bit of time on each level and I put a bit of thought into them, but of course there was no one to beta test these levels. The original levels of Spear Resurrection were tested thoroughly by a number of people, Brother Tank, Ariel in Argentina and a few others, and they gave us feedback, valuable feedback that allowed us to change elements of the level. I did point out a fault, or what I determined to be a fault, regarding a push wall in the last level, and that's the kind of thing that they would have pointed out. So if anything looks rushed, I assure you it wasn't. It's just these levels didn't get the kind of testing. I mean, Andy Anonymous, who did the coding, played them a bit, but we didn't really thoroughly beta test them. I might have played through them once or twice at most. So yeah, I suppose there could have been a little bit more bug checking, but a lot of time did go into each level. Anyway, enough talk. Some of my videos are getting a bit longer than I'd hoped, and that's through all talk and no action. So let's get into the level. This is a relatively small level, or medium-sized level. I think boss levels should really focus on the boss and not be too big a level. Otherwise it's just like a normal level and there's a boss at the end of it. By having a smaller boss level, then it makes it a bit more intimate. Not that you want to be intimate with the boss, but certainly not in that regard. They might want to be intimate with you in that regard, heaven bloody help us, but I mean, let's shoot the bastard before that even comes into the question. But anyway, that's the thing, that draw the level in around the player, make them feel confined, make them feel trapped in there with the boss. And so I suppose really, yeah, boss levels should be small, but then look, I've made big boss levels, I've made small ones. Anyway, as I say, I'm talking too much. There is the bronze key, and we need that to get through that door. There are no push walls around, no indications of push walls, but to grab the bronze key you've got to stick your nose out here where all those clones are lurking. Now, okay, you can shoot that column and try and pick them off from here, and you will get a few, but you will get peppered on occasion too, and you will lose a bit of health, and there's nowhere around here where you can get ammunition. Certainly there's not behind there. We'll go into there in a sec. Yeah, pick a few of them off if you want. It does thin their numbers, but I think there's a better way. And isn't it stupid? A lamp. I mean, let's face it, if you wanted to in real life, you'd pick that lamp up, toss it aside and get in there. But in this game, of course, a barrel or a chair or a lamp is an impassable object. That's why I like using columns as impassable objects, because unless you're the Incredible Hulk, you can't pick a column up and toss it aside. Anyway, enough talk. Can't get through these doors yet. Only way forward is through here. And what I love about this is that it teleports the player to an area. Now, they're thinking, those clones are on the run. Where are they? Could they just be out this door? Could they just be around this corner? And it creates a bit of suspense, because they don't know where they've teleported to. In fact, they will come from the other side of the level soon. You can see them all making their way up here. That's where we've just teleported from, the other side of the level. And in fact, I did that kind of a thing in End of Destiny, in the Otto boss level. You started that level, you open the elevator door, and there's the boss right in your face. The only way to get away from him was to jump into a teleporter. And of course, then you'll land somewhere in the level thinking, I know the boss is active, but where the heck is he? And I love that kind of suspense, especially with a boss. Anyway, enough talk. Along here you'll see that there's all suits of armour except 2 torches there, and that indicates a push wall. And what I love about the SDL engine is that you can view a push wall from side on as it slides back. In the original Wolf, if you did that, or pre-SDL versions, it created a graphic glitch where the graphics would kind of fold in on themselves, but not with SDL. And so this allowed me in these new maps to put a push wall out like this that jutted out, and look, you can see it sliding sideways. So I exploited that sometimes, or that feature sometimes in these new levels. Now these clones can't make their way up here yet because of the breakable columns being in their way. They can shoot at us. Hanging around out there is not advisable. Let's stock up with ammo, and most importantly, let's get health. And I think although you could take them on from here by breaking the columns, I tend to think it's better to go up this way and take them on from over here. There is some other ammo in here which we will grab. Now have a look along this row of ammo. One of them is a brown colour, which indicates a push wall. And of course we can run in there. Being brown ammo, it indicated there was a stash of MCS ammo in here, so we can top up with that. And that'll help us not only against the boss, but against these silly bloody clones. Okay, break the column. That's one. You can pick them off with a machine gun, but the quickest and safest way is probably to get them with the powerful weapon. Knock them down quickly. This uses ammo heavily, I know, but when you've got hordes of clones, it is the weapon of choice. And it certainly makes life a lot easier. In fact, a horde of clones is a lot more bloody dangerous than a boss, because you've got a number of guys shooting at you at once, and a boss is just one enemy. So, you know, I shouldn't be wasting MCS ammo breaking columns. Oops, and I shouldn't be using knives against a clone. Okay, I've wasted all my MCS ammo by shooting at clones, so yeah, that's not really smart. But anyway, what's done is done. There is another crate of it there, and some more health in here. We don't need that though. Now be careful, there could be the odd clone that gets stuck in this area. They sometimes get stuck up against walls here. The AI is not the greatest. They try to go towards the player and can get stuck in an area like this. So just be on the lookout for any stragglers. Oh yeah, there's one. He decided to try and get at me through this door here like an idiot. Okay, we're clear. Here's where we started, or near where we started the level. We can grab the blood key here, and that's where the bronze key was over there. These clones were all running around in this area at the start of the level, and then made their way down here once we jumped through the teleporter. Let's have a look around this area. 2 health packs. In this corner, 2 ammunition crates. In this corner, and a health pack and a treasure item. And in this corner, 2 ammo packs. That treasure item kind of looks out of place, and of course, if you guessed correctly, it's a push wall. But we can't really go anywhere until we've got the Super Clone's gold key. To get into that area where the Super Clone is, we need the blood key, and we can do that now. He's trapped in there behind some breakable columns, and that's more of a novelty factor to have him caught in there so he can't get out. I mean, how the hell he got in there, I don't know, but anyway, that's just a bit of fun, as I say. Have a look around before we do take him on. There might be a few other secrets, and of course a skull indicates another push wall. Okay, we go in here. And here's all this MCS ammo that I wasted before. I can stock up on that again. I think that's it as far as push walls. So let's get this guy out of his lair. Break the columns. And lure him out. Now, he can only come out that one door now because we broke all those columns. He's not the brightest of chaps, bit on the dull side. You've got a lot of brawn though, so you've got to be careful. He'll knock a bit of health out of you, but he's a bit stupid. And we can just pick him off as we lure him around the edges of the level. And the bright spark went through the door there. There's no way you can get through there with all the columns. As I say, he's not the brightest of guys. Anyway, let's use the MCS to knock him down quickly. Probably not a good idea to go too full on with him like that, but grab that health in the corner there. Here he comes. Just about to kill him. Great, there he's gone. And there's his key. Pick it out amongst all the poops that he's left there as he's fallen down. Time to top up with goodies. We've got the gold key now, so we can go in and get these other things in here. Be careful. I've lured the player into a bit of a trap here by having them think, oh, this is the Super Clone's treasure area. And we can just go in and grab up all the goodies. But it's not that straightforward. Of course, there's a trap at the end. And each successive set of rooms yields better and more valuable treasures. And of course, these last two rooms will yield the most valuable treasures. But they're also guarded by some pests. So get rid of these guys. Don't run up there and get caught in the crossfire. They will come at you from both sides. I think there's about 3 on each side. Can't quite remember. Here comes another. I think that gets... No, there's another one. Should be another one on the other side. And that takes care of all the nuisances. We can grab up the crowns, which they were guarding, and I don't think there's any other push walls. Nah. Okay, we've done everything we had to do in this level now. We just need to top up with goodies. A little bit of health. Yeah, we've got everything we need. I've used MCS ammo wastefully in this level, but not to worry. This is the only way out through the teleporter, and this takes us to that other teleporter near the start. Of course, we're on the other side of the teleporter now. The level's not over yet. There is one more little trap. There's a clone around each of these corners, just one, but still, you've got to be careful. This one tends to run around and try and sneak up from behind, so be careful there. And that's the end of the boss level. Super Clone, almost finished. Like an idiot, I forgot to get the elevator key. And that, along with these treasures, I forgot. That was the elevator key there. Now we can finish the level. Through there. Super Clone defeated. See you next time for level 6.